Morning, Facebook. Happy Monday morning. Everything has burned down, and you're probably wondering, why is he so excited about this? Why is he energetic about the fact that everything has burned down? And it's because I have a story to tell you guys. But first and foremost, I got to tell you, because if you don't put it on Facebook, it never really happened. So officially, Gabby and I have completed one complete week of the Shift Shop, and we just did day one of week 2. And it was tough. It was speed 35. A little bit tough, like in the space that we had to work out with the markers. But it was kind of a fun experience because as we had to go around the markers, we got to do it together. So it was kind of challenging for me to follow her to follow me. It kept us on pace and moving fast. So absolutely loving that. But I have some awesome news to share also that just came to my mind that I need to share with you. Gabby has followed the meal plan to a T. And she has done the workouts to a T, and she has lost 7 pounds in the first week of the Shift Shop. So if you guys are working on losing weight or trying things and it's just not working, reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. Get you into our next group. We have a few spots left. So if that's you, please make sure to send a private message to me. But one thing that I want to share with you guys is a story that I was reading this morning in a book called The Obstacle is the Way. By Ryan Holiday, The Timeless Art of Turning Trials into Triumph. And it was a story about Edison, and he had this lab, this company, a lab where he was, working. He had employees, and he had built this up, and it was insured. But he got home from work one day, and he's at home, just finished dinner. Imagine being in this situation. Just finished his dinner. He's sitting there and he gets this news that a fire has broken out in his lab a couple of miles away. So at this time, Edison was 67 years old. And at the time, he got there. By the time he got to the lab, to his company that he built, there were fire engines from 8 nearby towns there. And they were at the scene, and they could not get the blaze under control, and the flames were green and yellow because of the chemicals inside of his building, and so these strange chemicals caused this green and yellow flame that went up like 7-8 stories tall. And the entire work, everything that Edison had put in to his career at the age of 67 at this point was devastated. He spent his entire life on this company and this project, and it was gone in one moment with one fire. But I believe there's an important message for each and every one of us in this story that we can apply to our life. And it's like, have you ever felt in your life that everything has been lost? Whether it's a health issue, whether it's cancer, whether it's losing a job, whether it's something with your relationship, you felt like everything that you had was gone. And I've certainly felt like a fire has come through my life and blazed everything that was ever important to me over this past year. And so it's important that I share the story with you in case you are in a similar place as me, because what Edison did is something that we can apply to our lives. Edison arrived calm at this scene. The people are yelling, screaming. They're there watching this building go up in flame. And Edison, the owner of this building and this company, he shows up there, and there's a devastated employee right next to him. And Edison calmly said to his son, who was there with him, he said, "Go and get your mother and her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." And I'm like, what? At this time when he could be like angry and yelling and upset and frustrated, he says, "Go get your mother. We're never going to see a fire like this ever again." So he took that huge burden or obstacle that was happening, and he just looked at something light that he could look at that point. And he had every right to be angry, upset, to cry, to quit, to go home. I mean, he's 67 years old. He could just quit right there, leave all the employees without a job, the company's gone, and just live out the rest of his life. And he had all that to do. But in all honesty, what would that have accomplished? And so you guys know the answer. I'm not going to tell you the answer to that. So I believe in order for us to do great things, it is necessary that we endure a tragedy and setback. I see my friend Jay Galeos hop on here. His wife has gone through a huge tragedy in her life, but she's turned it into a huge blessing. So there's tons of examples around us of success leaves clues. And by success, I mean happiness and fulfillment in life, nothing financial. So I believe that in order to do these great things, we're going to have to endure these tragedies and the setbacks that we have in life. So if you want success in your marriage, parenting, running a business, first of all, you have to love what you do, the good and the bad parts of it, and learn to find joy in absolutely every single thing that happens. Because of this attitude, it turns out that, with Edison, because of this attitude, what happens is 3 weeks after the factory was burnt down, it was partially set back up, and within 1 month his men were running double shifts once again inside of that and putting out new products and new innovation that they weren't doing before. And on the day of that fire, he lost $1 million back in that day, and that's equal to $23 million today. So imagine, he lost $23 million, his entire life's work, in one day, because of his attitude. When he showed up there, he said, "Go get mom. We're never going to see another fire like this again." And he just, he didn't cry about it. He didn't get too upset. He didn't quit. He didn't go home. Because of the attitude and his response to that tragedy, they rebuilt it, and within 1 month, running double shifts, and in that next year, they made nearly $20 million profit revenue that year, which is $200 million today in our currency with inflation. So guys, what I want you guys to understand is that things are going to happen to us, and that's a given. It's important that we understand that. And I'm telling you that if you want to be happy or successful, whatever that is to you, whatever your definition of success is, whatever you want to call it, we've got to learn to put our energy and our emotions into a place that have a real impact, and turn the things that you must do into things that you get to do. So I know I'd say this would be short, but I want to share that example to you. Try to see and look at everything around you, the obstacles, on how it could be a blessing to other people, or how you can serve other people. When you can get to that place, you're going to start to make more of an impact. Love you guys. Have an incredible Monday, and we'll see you guys later.